Hey there guys, welcome back. Alex here. You're taking a look at my screen. I'm just sharing my screen today, a little different, but I'm doing this because I want to show you how I go about designing some of my mocks, my building mocks. So last week or so I uploaded a video for adding my 5th floor to my LEGO hospital, and it went really well. This is the end result of it. I'm showing a YouTube video within a YouTube video, I realize that. But because I had to have very specific dimensions with my hospital, because this had to fit between the 4th floor and the roof, so it had to be very specific on how I built it. And because it required that, I had to turn to my friend Excel. So I use Microsoft Excel to do the basic details of building my mocks, just designing it, making sure that I have ordered the sufficient amount of elements. So how I go about doing that, just so you know, is I want to make sure that all of these cells represent a single Lego element. So I will make them as square as possible, meaning I'm looking at a 1x1 Lego element from the top down. And of course, if I'm looking at it from the side, I just make this a little bit longer, so each one of these is a Lego element, a 1x1 Lego element, looking at it from the side. Get it? Good. Alright, moving right along. So we're going to go to this tab called H-Base, standing for Hospital Base. So each tab here represents a different structure or building phase of the hospital. So we'll start with this one, obviously. I'll start from the bottom, and this is the floor. That's all it is. These are all plate elements. So this is the dimension of the entire floor. These light gray areas represent the walls of the 4th floor beneath it, so I know where all the supports will be. And then, of course, these dark outlines represent Lego elements. So right here, we see a singular 4x12 single element, right? I use a lot of these. You'll notice that a lot of them are stacked up, where I eventually end up using 23 of them. I've quantified it right here, as you can see. You'll notice also some elements that have dotted lines. So right here is actually a 2x4 element. What that element is doing is interlocking them underneath, so I know where I can actually put those and help with the strength of the structure. So those are, here's a 2x4 right there, here's another one right there. You can kind of see where all those are placed to make sure that it's very strong. And once I have a solid plan in place, I go ahead and I count how many of each element I need, so I don't short myself. And I always maybe order an extra 1 or 2 just to make sure I have enough in case I make a mistake. Alright, then we move on to the walls. Now this is where it gets a little crazy, or it might. So I have this done in 3 phases. This is the first one right here. This is the second one right here, and this is the third, or this is all done in layers, right? So my first layer is all just 1 brick in height. So all these bricks are going to be 1 brick in height. So this one right here is a 1x16 brick. This one right here is a, what is that, a 1x12 brick, and so on. You kind of see how I put this all together. And over here in phase 2, these are all bricks that are 5 bricks high. So this is one of those window elements that you would see right here in the front, right? So put that aside, and you can see why I have all of them here at the front. So those are 1x6x5 bricks, and I have them identified by colors to help me organize, to make sure I am identifying them correctly and I order enough of them. So obviously I want to make sure that you know, I've got each of my rooms spaced correctly. So I've got all the floors set up, the hallways here. This is the foyer area. These are all the doors here, these areas here. So I'm not putting any elements there at all, because the doors I'm ordering are going to be 6 bricks high, and they won't be covered until phase 3. See that? They cover the doors. And that is pretty much it. So each brick is identified by a different color, just to make sure I know what brick that is. And then I will add them all up right here. So you can see I've used 6 1x16 elements, and which is represented by these. And that being said, let me pull the LEGO Shop's Pick-A-Brick site over here really quick, just kind of illustrate how I go about this. First, I have to make sure that that Lego element actually exists. Can I really order it? Because it doesn't make any sense to put bricks in there that you just simply can't get from Pick-A-Brick. So here in Pick-A-Brick, I see that a 1x2 element is 15 cents. I see a 1x4 element is 20 cents. So it's actually better to buy one of these rather than 2 of these, because this would cost me 30 cents to get the same amount of brick, right? Unless, of course, you need 1x2s. So in my example here, I'm using 1x16 bricks because it covers a lot of ground. So what's the cost of a 1x16 brick? Well, here's a 1x16 right here. It's 70 cents, which is actually 4 of the 1x4 bricks. So if we do 1x4 bricks, we buy 4 of them, which equates to a 1x16. That's 20 cents times 4, 80 cents, right? So it's actually better to buy one of these 1x16s because it's 70 cents, and that saves you 10 cents. Pretty cool, right? So there's a little bit of thinking involved, a little bit of math involved, just to make sure that you are getting the most out of your buck when you are ordering these elements, because it can get very, very expensive, unfortunately. All right, well, that being said, that is the wall tab. And then we go on to the tiles. These are the tiles that finish up the very top of the wall. So these elements are tiles that go on top of these bricks right here. Okay? Oops, almost made a mistake. And so you can see, again, they're represented by colors. The colors can be whatever you want them to be. Sometimes I use colors to make sure that I'm, putting them in the right spots, right? You'll notice that some spots are blank. That is because I am not going to put a tile there. It mostly means that the roof above it that is going on top of this has some plates that will actually go right there. And I don't want to put tiles there because that will interfere. All right? And it looks like that's going on down here as well. Moving right along, we get to the flooring. This is the fun part, right? This is where you get to really decorate your floors and put your furniture. See, these are the beds right here. It's where they go. Here's the furniture, the chest of drawers, and then you can make sure you get enough tiles to fit where you need them to go. So over here you'll notice that I need 130 of these light gray stone tiles, those 2x2s. Quite a bit of them are used in this project. And of course I don't do anything with this area right here because that is the elevator shaft. Alright, so that is pretty much what I go through. That's my design, and obviously the more crazier detailed your MOC is, the more of these tabs you'll have to go with. So that is the project, and that is how I ended up completing this LEGO MOC with the hospital. Now I don't do that with all my MOCs. I just do it with the ones that I really need specific dimensions and pieces for. There's other ways to do this, I'm sure. Let me know what you guys use. I think even LEGO comes out with one, or has one that is used that I've seen. That's pretty cool, but I just go with what I'm comfortable with because I like Excel. I know how it works, and I use it a lot every day at work. Alright guys, well, let me know what you think. This is kind of a little tutorial. Hopefully this helps you out with maybe designing some of your own MOCs. Let me know what you think about all this craziness and my fun colors. I'd like to know your opinions, and we'll get back to real LEGO videos here in the near future. Thanks so much for checking out, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.